Good evening, and welcome to our new episode of Somerset City, a Savage Worlds supers game. Not superheroes. There's nothing heroic about this group of people. My name's Eric Taylor, and I am your storyteller and GM for this evening. And we're going to do a quick roundabout the circle, ding, 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 and introduce ourselves and the players we're playing. We'll say the characters we're playing. We'll save plugs till the end. And then I will warn you now, there's a Benny up for grabs for the person who hits our recap. And we are going to start with Jeff for introductions.
Hey, I'm Jeff. I'll be playing Jack tonight. Exciting times. We just had a rocket launched at us. Should be exciting. I'm excited. Excited we got this. I also got fired from the police. So that should lead to interesting choices.
Space Boy.
Hi, this is Space Boy. I play Julie, a resident, now homeless person. Last episode, she recently lost her home after having a moment with a really nice guy, and finds out that her mother is alive, apparently. So we'll see how Julie does at the end of this session, I guess.
Mother is alive. Nice boy is dead. Those are things that happened last session.
Yep.
Our resident grumpy at her GM Game Beast, Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I play Margaret. Margaret last session attended a funeral where there were some disturbing stuffed cats. And then last I remembered, there was a grenade launched at her favorite place to get hot chocolate. And we had ducked into an alley to try and escape.
And Chantel.
Hey, I'm Chantel. I play Audrey, whose fault it apparently is for everything. Audrey is currently questioning her sanity because maybe she doesn't have any. I guess we'll find out.
That's fair. And the last but certainly not least, Blue.
Hi, I'm Blue, also known as Hidden Blue Pants. I play Denver, the coffee-addicted college student who unwillingly became a YouTuber and also the majority owner of their favorite coffee shop, which now has a hole in it because it exploded.
These are all things that happened. So, Benny up for grabs, who wants to give us a super quick recap of the last session for our audience's benefit, because we may have some new people who haven't gotten a chance. My general chronicles are either Sarah or Chantel, so which one of you wants a Benny? No Bennies for anyone? The audience is just going to be left in suspense as to what happened?
I'll do it.
All right, hit us, Jeff.
So last session, we touched on a little bit in the introductions. The city raided the homeless camp after we were, I guess, seen there. And Jack got upset with the city councilman who ordered it. Audrey was found out that she is the cause of it all by her looking up people who were hurt in the explosion at the EMT, and we found out some interesting facts there. There's a little girl that if you mention her name, she gets a headache. And see, what else did we find out? Margaret moved from the 27th floor to the second floor of her building because she was getting quite the stair workout. Jack's ex-wife is trying to buy up all his apartments. So there's that story to go through. Anything else I missed? Let's see. The Blue has Blue's character has become YouTube famous, and without any work on their part. So, way to go. You're muted, Eric.
I wish I could become YouTube famous without any work on my part. That'd be great. Yeah, and in the end, you guys decided to look into Chastity Domingo again, despite being asked directly not to by Chastity Domingo. And then you all received messages on your phones that said, run. Well, the three of you who still had phones. And as you ran out of the coffee shop, warned by the songbird, you saw 4 black SUVs coming around a corner, one of them driven by Mr. Jasper, who was Chastity's caretaker in the coffee shop scene. And then a man leaned out of the passenger side, the driver's side rear window and launched a rocket-propelled grenade at you all. And you rushed around the corner as the grenade strikes and crashes through the window of the Daily Grind. And there is explosions and screaming as Isaac and Rebecca are still inside. So, we will open on that event. You guys have just had a rocket launched at you. It exploded. You smell fire and smoke and hear screaming. People all over the street are also having a panic attack. And you, from the alleyway, hear the skidding of tires and doors open. What do you want to do?
Keep running?
I mean, I don't know. I've seen weirder things happen in the past 2
Oh,
days.
sorry, that
so-
wasn't a question. Keep running.
I second the motion. Run away.
Yeah, Julie's gonna flicker on ahead.
Okay.
Would it be possible, just in case, to, while running, probably reach into my bag and grab those lovely brass knuckles that I have?
Yeah, you probably keep them in your pocket.
Easy access.
Yeah.
Never
so
know
you
when you're
just-
gonna get mugged.
You just essentially like reach in and like unzip that little like wallet pocket, and you come out with your brass knuckles on your hand. And anybody who has activated powers can activate them in this moment. You just need to let me know that you are doing so audibly on camera so I can note that you have.
Yep.
The end of last
Yep.
session, Audrey did.
Last session was a week ago. I don't remember things.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying it again.
I activated what I call battle mode.
Okay.
I don't know if any of mine were activated last session, but I will activate everything now.
Okay.
Julie does not have any kind of activations aside from,
Yeah.
trying to stay calm.
Magpie? Are you just
She
gonna keep running around?
Appears completely normal at the moment
And also terrifyingly calm.
and swift. Yes.
There is much calm swiftness happening. All right, so you guys will run around the corner. You are headed down the back alleyway. And the substantial issue with the alleyway is it ends in a wall.
Really, we don't know enough about this alleyway to know that.
No,
Not to
you
run
go
down
in
an
the
alleyway with
coffee
no-
shop.
I don't know about you. I don't hang out in alleyways.
Is
What?
is
No,
there like
that's
a fire escape situation?
Yes, yeah, you can get up on the building.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
gonna.
especially in your case, you could get up on the building. Like,
Yeah, and if there's one of those ladders that you need to like pull down, I'll kick it down.
yeah. So as you all like round the corner, and it dawns on you in your panic, oh, this is a closed off alleyway that ends in the back of another building. Julie suddenly flickers, and then you hear like this clang, and there's this slamming metal sound as a fire escape ladder descends, and Julie is like up on the top and looks at you for a second and then is gone, because while she's providing you an escape, Julie is very much in every person for themselves mode at the moment.
Oh,
Climbing.
that's
Climbing that.
useful. Up we go.
Up.
Okay.
Up,
Alright.
up.
So you
While
are
I'm hesitant to leave people who are wounded, I know that if I leave, they're after me and us. So
they are definitely after.
they're safer
you.
if we don't go back.
Okay. All right.
You're right,
Best
Jack.
thing
We
about-
need to leave.
Best thing about Audrey, don't have to really care about any of that.
Yeah, that's
I
definitely.
may have
the
been fired
best
from the
thing.
police department, but I still have a duty to the people.
Okay. You rush up the ladder as a group of men round the corner, and we're going to say 3 of them round into the alley. They are going to open fire at you as you climb up the ladder. So I'm going to roll a d4. Looking at stream here, Jeff, you'll be 1, Sarah, you'll be 2, Chantel 3, Blue 4, as Spaceboy with Julie has totally just blinked out of possible targeting range. So 1 will be Jeff on the first shot, and they will roll a 2. You do have partial cover here, by the way, so I'm giving you their shot is at a -2 because of the fire escape that you're climbing through. Second shot will be a 3, which is Audrey. And that will be a 9 minus the 2, so it's 7. So no raise, just a hit. Which will be 2d6 damage. I'm trying to explain things for our viewers because we've been asked to. If I throw too much wording at you and you need me to slow down, just tell me, and I will. And I will explain what's happening. That is 17 versus your toughness.
My toughness is a 15.
Okay, so you are shaken. And then third and final shot will also be a 3, thus also targeting Audrey. And that will be a 7 minus the 2 penalty from your cover, which will be 5, which will hit you. And then that's 2d6 damage again. 6 plus 1 is 7. Plus 4 is 11. So that won't have any effect on you. Okay. So that brings us to... yeah, what do you like? At this point, you have all climbed up onto the roof. Where are you going from here? As you stand on the roof of a coffee shop, which is admittedly like on the edge of like a strip mall kind of building. So you have a ways to run, but the average gap in alleys, I believe, is 9 feet between buildings. So what do you want to do?
And I'm
Either-
assuming we pulled up the ladder after us, so it'll take them at least
I
a little
will-
bit
I
longer
will
to
say
come
that
up
you-
after us.
Did that. Yes, we will let you have done that.
Julie is going to boldly
Run away.
continue
like Sir
ahead.
Okay. So you're like running
Like-
and just blinking to the next
Just
rooftop?
like the coward she is.
All right. So you're all like standing there, and Julie's like, good, you're here. And then just starts booking it toward the building and doesn't even jump. Like, just all of a sudden, there's just this like shimmer in the air, and Julie is on the next rooftop.
So I've noticed that all the rest of you seem to have special skills or talents. Don't freak out. And she's going to grab her amulet and she's going to say, Come to me, my arcane power, mystical talents upon me shower, darkness flow and shadows fly, heed my call to be magpie. And as she first starts the words, a dark mist swirls around her with white and black feathers in it. And when she says the last word, it just disappears. And in her place, she's still 5'4". She's still slim and athletic, but now she is dressed almost all in black, except for bird feathers on her shoulders. Her eyes have gone from a chocolate brown to black. She has what looks like a feather black mask on her face, and she is no magpie.
I understand the bird thing.
Yep.
Jack is not surprised because he knew.
He's seen it once, yeah.
Everything both does and doesn't make sense.
I'm with you.
I would like
Life
to...
is...
Go ahead.
No, she was just going to say, life is fun. Let's get out of here.
I would like to point out that you're standing on a building that had an RPG detonated inside of it and is on fire.
We should
Oh,
leave.
yeah, we should leave.
Let's run to the other side of
across
that.
to the other building.
Okay.
Yeah, is that possible?
Yeah, these are going to be athletics rolls.
Oof.
And you are at... If you want to make the jump, you are at an athletics roll, and it is at a -2 to clear that substantial of a distance, because 9 foot is like long jump level distance.
Are there any do the obvious thing? Are there any hatches, doors that lead back down that are not the way we came?
Yeah, I mean, there's the roof access door that will lead back down into the fiery building.
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
There has to be.
That was
I-
after the negatives.
Yep. So yep, you take the running leap and you jump and you smash into the side of the building, but you've got your arms up and you're able to kind of scramble your way up onto the other side, where Julie is just continuing to run.
You said it was a -2?
Yep.
14.
Yeah, okay. So where Jack had smashed into the side and is like hauling himself up, all of a sudden you just see Denver come over and just like a gazelle just land and like, you know, Trinity in the Matrix roll on the other side and come up. I mean, and just it's just roll and up into a run and just keeps going. Like doesn't even stop. There's no momentum loss. There's no nothing. Audrey.
Sold
and
that martial
Magpie.
arts, man.
Audrey is tempted to run back into the burning building and see if there's an exit out the back. However, she's not going to do that. Oh, what is she? Oh,
I spent a penny and then got a 14.
You are suddenly
Mike is-
a lot louder, sir. I don't know how.
Am I
Turn
still
your-
louder?
Yes.
Yes.
Adjust your knob on your mic.
Yeah, I think you turned the knob like when you were reaching past or something.
Or Faye got it?
That sounds also likely.
Does this sound better?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
No. I have now turned it down lower than where it used to be, so I don't know what we got.
Jeff is on his way.
Tech support to the rescue.
All right. What do you want to do, Audrey?
Audrey's gonna. Yeah, she's gonna jump,
Okay. Give me that athletics roll at a -2.
but she's yelling, "You guys are crazy,
Okay.
Benny."
Okay.
See if it's double ones this time.
And you're literally hearing shouts from down below. They're on the roof. They're on the roof.
No, either way, it's a 3 both times.
Okay. So you leap and you get like out into the air and you suddenly realize there's absolutely no way you are clearing this distance. And you drop.
Yep.
Straight down.
Yep.
You may, if you'd like to, spend a penny to land in relatively soft garbage and reduce your overall fall damage. Or
I
you
would
can
like to
just
do
hit
that.
concrete.
No, definitely garbage, please.
Okay, spend the Benny.
Yep.
And I have to remember how fall damage works in this game. Because you guys don't fall all that often if your name is Jeff and Sarah. You tend to
surprising.
avoid falling.
We just get shot a lot, I think.
How tall would we estimate a strip mall building to be? Like, you're muted, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm telling Sarah stuff.
Okay. Probably like, I'm going to say 15 feet. Is that an acceptable quantity of feet to everybody?
It depends on if it's 2 stories or 1.
It is 2.
Well, then that's not enough.
That's not enough.
All right. So how tall would you like
Excuse
it
me
to
while
be?
I kill myself, but it's not enough.
Okay. So how tall is
2-story
2
would
stories?
be
2-story would be
Oh.
double that at least, because
Okay. All right. So you're going to take 3d6 plus 1 per, and so 3d6 plus 3 damage. This is going to go poorly for you.
oh boy.
That is a 6, a 6, and a 4. So that's 12 plus 4 is 16, 17, 18, 19, plus 2 more rolls here, which is a 5, which is 24, and another 6, which is 30. 33 damage from your fall. You have 15 toughness, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the way that's going to work is the 15 toughness goes against that 33, and you subtract it out. What you are left with is 18 points of damage. You divide that by
Points out
4.
Soft garbage. Yeah.
No, that was with the soft garbage.
Oh, jeez.
I left out a d6.
Oh.
So 18 divided by 4 is 4.5. So you are shaken with 4 wounds,
So
which
I
is
need
enough
to
to incapacitate
spend a Benny
you.
to sew.
Yes.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Or be incapacitated? What
Or
happens
be
with
incapacitated. You roll on the incapacitation table, which is a straight vigor roll. That vigor roll is at your current penalty, which is -3, because you will have 3 wounds if you don't soak. If you crit fail, you're dead.
Yep.
If you fail, so 1, 2, 3 as your total after your -3 penalty, you have a permanent injury. If you get a success, you have a long-term injury. And if you get a raise, you have a temporary injury that goes away once your wounds are taken care of. We are playing a supers game, and one of the rules we agreed on at the start was that deaths will need to be dramatically important. So I will tell you up front that Audrey will not die from this fall. It does not make sense with the way the story has gone to die from this fall. Audrey will suffer severe injury from this fall should you crit fail and not die.
Right.
So it's up to you if you want a vigor roll to soak, or if you want to save the vigor roll in case you die.
Now I'm thinking about what's narratively interesting. Because if she's incapacitated, there's no moving away from that. She is either discovered or that's
Right. She's unconscious is what happens.
she's
Like,
unconscious.
she literally is unconscious, probably with like broken legs or broken arms or something.
Ugh. All right. I will, in that case,
Spend your last Benny.
spend my last. Yeah, let's.
Spend your last
spend that
Benny
last Benny.
29 minutes into session.
29. Oh, we made it that far. That's nice. Okay, good. Let's see if I can hold it back a minute longer. No, I'm just going to. So it's a vigor roll, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you spend that Benny, you do a vigor roll. You are not currently at any penalties because you have not suffered any injury to this point.
So that's a 5.
Okay. Which will soak 1 of those wounds, which means you'll be shaken with 3 wounds. So not incapacitated.
more.
Yeah, but the next
Yeah.
wound you take, you will drop, and you are currently out of
Yeah.
pennies.
And I'm out of bennies. Cool.
Okay, so this is the time to point out to our audience that down below in the doobly-doo, the information, there are now ways to interact with the story. If you want to scroll your mouse down into the information section under the support, there's a way you can interact with the story and help Chantel if you want to. Or not, if you think it's more fun to watch her die. I don't know. You do you. But that is something that is there that I was reminded last night I need to encourage people to engage with. So it exists. And as always, don't feel in any way, shape, or form obligated to do so. It is there. Yeah, don't ever feel obligated. That's not what I was intending to do to make you feel guilty. Okay. Magpie, what are you doing? You literally are standing there. You have just magpied out. You see Jack roll across, jump, smash into the wall, but haul himself up over. Denver does crazy, jumpy, flippy, rolly nonsense. You're pretty sure Julie's probably 18 houses away by now. And then you see Audrey just run, and like as she jumps, she like catches her foot on the edge of the building and just gets like halfway across and then just plummets. And you hear like this smashing sound into a dumpster.
Before all the excitement happened, which might have changed my mind, but before all the excitement happened, I told you I spent a Benny so I could re-roll my jump and get a 14 to jump across and not plummet.
I did miss that in all of the excitement. So you are across, and you also 3-point superhero landing on the other side. Since you're currently the only one in anything resembling a superhero suit, you look very cool in comparison to your friends, especially Audrey, who's currently in a dumpster. Okay, so there is all this shouting, and Von Moon's goons start to spread out and happen to need to roll a notice roll here. So I'm going to roll 3 total notice rolls for the 3 different cars that are present, 1 for each crew. That is a 1 on the first roll, a 1 on the second roll, but that is a 9 on the third roll. So the crew of one of the cars is alerted to the crashing noise in the alley and will begin to move to that alley to try and intercept whatever
Can I just ask, please?
Yes.
Tell me it's a different alley.
Yeah, you didn't end up in the same alley.
I didn't just jump into the same blocked off alley. That would
Because
be
that would
depressing.
literally be you've been like, I'm going to go the other way. Like if you had like run the opposite direction of all of your not so much friends, then that'd be the same alley. But no, you are in a different alley.
Okay, cool.
This one has like, it's still blocked off in the back, but there is like a side door that you can like go through into the building that was next to the Daily Grind. So you do have places you can go. Okay, Julie, are you continuing to just GTFO?
Once I feel like I'm far enough
Mhm.
from the main group of Goonies chasing us, I'm gonna, the moment I start to see like heavier crowds of people, I'm gonna flicker down into an alley and then just meld into the group. And as I am doing that, as I pass a random stranger, my chameleon ability flickers on to adopt the appearance of that person.
Okay.
And I'm walking the other way
Okay.
that the person's going. So
All right. You are essentially out of this encounter. You have successfully escaped as Julie. So Julie has noped the F out. Okay. Denver, Jack, and Margaret will go with the 3 of you as you are all up atop the other building. Off in the distance, you see Julie kind of flicker once, flicker twice, flicker to a third building, and then like the silhouette that was there kind of against the sun vanishes.
That kid sure is fast. And I'm gonna.
I wish I could do that.
That would be pretty handy. I'm gonna lean over the. Is Audrey down like below?
Yeah.
Right below the building we're on. So
Yeah,
Margaret's
you're
gonna
seeing
lean
her
over.
like pull herself out of this dumpster in really bad shape.
She's thanking the dumpster.
Audrey, are you okay?
She's just gonna use the side door, you know, cough up a little blood, because that's probably realistically what's happening. And then try the door.
Yeah, the door opens.
Oh, good. She's just gonna ease her way through the door and close it.
Okay, so you go in the door and close it, and are immediately being yelled at by a group of individuals working in like a quick service kitchen as you have just entered their kitchen. What are you doing here? Get out of here! You're
I'm sorry.
filthy. This is not okay.
I'm sorry. She's leaving.
Right, and they just start throwing stuff at you.
Who does that?
People in this.
Sorry, in
superhero-
character. Who does that?
As you like get beamed by like a
Ow!
can.
Can you imagine that knocks her out?
Just drop in the kitchen. Yeah, so you're getting hit by like, I mean, they're not actually throwing anything supremely hard at you. Like you have just like whatever is on hand. Like somebody like throws lettuce at you, and just it's more to like express to you that they hate you.
You're wasting your own produce. She leaves however she can.
All right, so you stumble out into the like front of house of this quick service restaurant. You're like standing behind the counter. There's not very many people because everybody's like poured into the street to see what the explosion is.
Oh, good.
So yeah, you're able to kind of move your way through.
She'll, if there is one, just grab an apron, put it on. If there's like a service hat, put it on, and then just leave and try to
Do you have any bennies?
stealth out into the street. No, I
So
don't.
then there is not.
There is not. Okay, then she'll just leave.
There's probably like the coat of the girl who was working the counter is like stuffed underneath.
Taking it.
Okay, so you pull
It's
this
mine now.
girl's coat. It's slightly too small. But you don't care. And you step out into the street. What are the three of you on the roof doing?
It looks like she got away. She doesn't look in good shape.
Well, how about we get away?
We should get a move on.
Yeah, because I will remind you that the last thing any of you were told is that this is all Audrey's fault.
Yep. I'm like all the way on the other side of the building, look for a ladder down. I'm like, I think I'll take a easier way down than Audrey.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fire escape ladder if you want to spend a penny.
Yeah.
Okay, so yep, there's a fire escape ladder. It leads down into the back side of the building that'll put you on the alley in the street behind it. Okay.
That works.
Yep.
Follow Jack down.
All right, so you head down that way. And Von Moon's thugs continue to search the area, and you all have managed to escape. Where are you all headed? We'll just go one at a time. Jack, where is Jack going?
He's going back to his apartment.
Okay. Julie.
Julie is going to stick to public spaces, parks if they're heavily occupied, a shopping center, dressed as a, she looks like a 35-year-old salaryman, already kind of balding, very anxious, but it could pass off as that this is just a very stressed out salaryman, and she's just gonna walk and walk and walk until she feels confident enough that she's not being followed.
Okay. Margaret, are you still Magpie?
No, she's going to deactivate her powers while still in the
Okay.
alley before she walks out.
So you deactivate your powers and step out into the street.
And then she's going to go to her building, but she's not going to immediately go up to her apartment. She's going to stay outside the front of her building, like across the street, whatever shops or other, and kind of like be looking around and trying to see if she notices anything different or any people that shouldn't be there, anything to indicate that her location has been compromised.
Okay. Yeah, you see a delivery van that is unloading a lot of boxes, but you do know that like several of the houses in your building have been sold recently, so
After a while of staking out her own apartment, if she felt like it was safe and her danger sense spitiness didn't tingle, then she would
been on at all.
Then she would go ahead and go up to her apartment.
Okay. We will get back to Margaret's apartment here shortly. Audrey, where is your busted up butt going?
She's going to Neville's place.
Okay. We will get to that as well. Denver.
Denver would, not trusting the fact that they haven't been followed, going to stick to, like, bounce between two different coffee shops for a while and then head back to their dorm room at, like, late. Like, probably just before, like, socially acceptable lights out.
Okay. You've been in very different dorms than me. Those didn't really exist.
That's why I said socially acceptable.
That's like 1 in the
Because
morning, 2 in the morning.
I didn't go to a dorm, but I think that's a thing.
Mostly it was like you and the people next door to you had like a social contract. Okay, so we will jump back and forth. Jack, you arrive at your apartment. And the door is unlocked when you get there.
Okay, I'm on high alert.
Okay. All right. So you proceed up the steps to, like, one of those. Because
Well,
you do
down.
have. Oh yeah, you're down in the bottom.
Yep.
Okay. So you proceed down and open the door, and the lights are all on in your place. Which you are fairly conscientious about leaving them off. And you hear the whistle of a tea kettle in your kitchen.
Okay,
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna pull out my gun,
Okay.
my sidearm,
Okay.
and just check out the kitchen.
All right. As you are walking down the hallway, you hear a very familiar voice. If you come in here pointing that gun at me, you knows you're going to regret it.
Who's the one trespassing,
My
dearie?
name's still on the deed, darling. You ain't never changed it.
Hmm.
You also ain't never changed the locks, which just doesn't seem a lot like you.
I'll make sure I fix that, remedy that quickly.
Very well.
So what's this about you coming in and buying out, trying to buy out my apartments?
Well, I'm just making money, dear.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I got into the real estate game, I've been making more than you ever dreamed of when we was together. So you got some high value properties in your dossier. Thought I would have a little go at them myself.
Well, you can just say that. I can just say this to you. I'm not interested in your offers.
I thought that might be the case. So instead, we just bought out all the other units in your buildings, and we'll just undercut you on rent until nobody wants to rent there. It's real simple.
Whatever.
And she turns and she looks at you, and her eyes kind of narrow. She's like, everything all right with you?
Fine. Peachy.
Seems like you're
I'm going to go
lying
to a
me.
cabinet door and open it, and there's going to be like a stack of 20 phones, boxes, and I pull out a new one.
Okay.
And start unwrapping it.
And she just rolls her eyes at you. All right. Well, I was told that you wanted to talk to me before you'd consider any of my offers. So I dropped by. She looks around and says, you ain't changed a thing.
Mm-mm.
That ain't going to bring her back, you know.
Nope. But I
It's
don't
not
plan
gonna
on
bring
forgetting
me
her.
back either. No.
I don't need you.
And she kind of like looks around the apartment very speculatively. She's like, we'll see. And she looks at you and says, I mean, she wouldn't want you to just continue to live exactly the same way that you lived when she was here. Just think about that.
Mm-hmm. I am.
And she
Anything else I can do for you?
She kind of narrows her eyes on a stack of papers that are sitting on your like kitchen table. See that you've got a lot of interest in Von Moon.
What's it to you?
And she kind of glares and she's like, I'm real tired of your attitude, Jack. I'm here to talk to you. I'm happy to walk out the door if you don't want me to talk to you. But I run with a very different crowd now than I did when we was together. And your name's on a lot of people's lips at City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not the best place for it to be.
Well, they're going to hear it a lot more soon. I've come to a decision.
And she kind of narrows her eyes at you and chuckles. She says, then you might want to reconsider selling those properties. It'll definitely help with your goals to have some funding in your pocket.
I don't really need them for funding.
I'm going to give you GM information and tell you you do. Just as a heads up. But she'll shrug and she'll be like, you have my number. And she walks out the door.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to call a locksmith.
Okay. You call
And the title company.
Title company is going to take some legal intervention. But Denver, you essentially have to buy out her share. So Denver, you arrive at your dorm. And there are a lot of people gathered around your dorm room as you come through the hallway.
I will be very confused and go to the nearest person and go, what's wrong?
Campus security's looking for you.
Do you know why? I've been off campus all day.
And like somebody pushes through, and who is one of your closest friends?
Probably the roommate who...
Named?
Lori!
All right, so Lori pushes their way through the crowd and walks right up to you and slaps you across the face.
I don't know what I did to deserve that.
Heroin? Really? You've been selling heroin out of our dorm room?
No.
No. I haven't been doing that.
I really haven't. That's very much news to me. I mean, you live with me.
Yeah.
I
and I
literally
thought I knew
do.
you.
Yeah, and I do sports. Do you really think I'd be selling heroin?
I mean, I don't actually know. There's a lot of things I don't know. You started a YouTube channel. All of a sudden, you suddenly have money running out your ears.
Yeah, that's a very new development that I wasn't expecting.
Well, we're wanted in the dean's office. Campus security's looking for you because they found $500,000 worth of heroin in our dorm room.
Yeah, like I have the money until 2 days ago.
Until
of
2 days ago.
$500,000. Yeah, but like I could get $500,000 worth of heroin in 2 days.
I don't know how it works.
I don't either.
Apparently
I know
you
that's
do.
not hard. No, I don't.
Well, we better go.
Yeah. Let's just go.
Okay. And you guys will begin to make your way to the campus security station. Audrey, you are on your way to Neville's house, and that will take some time because he lives in the dead center of town. Okay, Margaret, how do you go into your apartment?
Stealthily, slowly, and I take the stairs.
I mean, you have a doorman who will see you when you come in the door.
Well, yes. Okay, so she does her normal, greets the doorman.
Okay. So as
goes
you
to the
enter,
stairs. I
this
thought you meant
is-
like I was at my apartment
right,
door.
no, this is the evening doorman. And his name is Alfred. Ah, yes. Miss Margaret, it's so good to see you. We have a number of packages we need you to sign for, Mum. You muted yourself, Sarah?
I'm not expecting any packages.
I mean, there's like 30 of them.
What? I'm gonna need to see these packages before I sign for them.
Very well. And he kind of leads you to a storeroom and opens the door, and the very first thing you hear is a lot of meowing.
Oh, Alfred, I'm not going in there. Just bring one of the packages to me to look at, please.
The sound is the packages, miss.
30 boxes of cats?
And he like kind of looks in and he sort of like inclines, and it's just 30 cat carriers.
Is there one cat per carrier, or are there multiple in there?
I'm not sure, miss. I will admit I didn't look.
So there's at least 30 cats in there, and she's like slowly backing away from the door.
Yes, miss. Also, this arrived for you. And he like hurries back to the desk and he produces a document, and it is a photocopy of the last will and testament of Sandra. And she
okay.
left all of her cats to her greatest friend in the world, Margaret.
And she's just talking out loud at this point. She had 30 cats. I knew she liked cat. I mean, like, she had a cat mug, and she'd come in cat t-shirts until Renee told her she had to dress nicer. She had a cat cow. She had... Oh, no. No, Alfred, no. No, I'm not signing for those. You take those away. Take them far away.
I cannot do that. And he points to like a clause in the will and testament that like you have to find them new homes. In the event that you reject stewardship of them, you are required to find them new homes.
Alfred, I can't have cats.
And she just like shrugs at you.
I'm deathly allergic. No.
I see, miss. I unfortunately... What would you like me to do about it?
Call the nearest animal sanctuary.
And he
pound.
points at another
Call.
line on the contract that says that they must be assigned out to actual homes. They cannot be turned over to shelters or husbandry sites.
What kind of will is this?
A
Isn't
very...
this like against a city ordinance or something?
Alfred, I'm pretty sure this will is illegal.
If you would like to get a lawyer involved, miss, that is up to you.
Yes, I'm going to call my lawyer. Alfred? I may need someone to feed and or water, make sure the cats have a little bit of water while I call my lawyer. Here is a generous tip.
And you give him a plot appropriate amount of money.
Make sure they're temporarily taken care of. I'm just gonna go up to my apartment and call my lawyer.
Absolutely, madam. I understand.
See you later, bye. And she's gonna take off.
Miss, there's also this. And he hands you a box.
There's not a cat in it, is there?
This one is sealed, so I'm hoping not.
Okay, and she's gonna slowly take the box because she's really freaked out and look at the return address before she goes up to her apartment.
It is sent from Sanford and Tome, Esquire lawyers. Like, it's the Sanford and Tome firm.
Okay. Probably not a cat. Okay, I'll see you later. I'll be getting in touch with you about the cats.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Alfred.
Certainly. And you go up to your apartment and sneakily go in your own front door.
No, at this point she's completely freaked out. She just opens it and walks
just
in.
Go into your front door. All right, you are inside of your luxury second floor, not penthouse, because those have to not be on second floors, but still very nice place.
She'll set the box down on her kitchen table and grab some scissors and open it up.
Okay, you open up the box. There is a taxidermied cat inside of the box.
It is a cat. Oh, it is a cat. It's a cat. She's going to quickly shut the lid and just back away and look at it like, it's a cat. No, it's a cat.
Do you have a problem with cats, Margaret?
You're a bird. You should understand. Cats aren't very nice to birds.
I haven't always been a bird.
And I'm not always a bird. But when I am, cats are not very nice.
Sure. I'll admit,
Did you
I don't
send
know
these?
Why would I send those?
Every time something bad happens to me, you were there lately.
It seems like your friendship with Sandra may have been a bad thing for you. I had nothing to do with this.
We weren't close friends. We were work friends.
Work proximity associates?
Yes. Yes, she was lonely. I mean,
and
I didn't
you
hurt
were
to
nice
talk
to
her
her
at work. Oh, 30 cats.
That is a lot.
She had problems. Oh, those poor cats. I cannot have those cats. I know. You seem to know everything. Would you like a cat?
No.
Would you know anybody who does?
I mean, probably. But why would I help you?
It's true.
I don't know if you've noticed, but my entire purpose is to make your life a living hell.
You have succeeded. Move on to someone else now.
That seems unlikely.
If I ever
until
find
my
out who
vengeance is
you are,
complete.
if I ever find out who you are,
Hmm.
I have 30 cats headed your way. Unless I get rid of them first. And then I'll find out something else.
I imagine
go
it
away.
will definitely take you longer than that to figure out who I am.
Shoo, I need to call my lawyer. I have a cat problem.
I'm not stopping you. And like on your like 80-inch plasma TV, there's just this like canary like lounging on like a Barca lounger.
She's gonna grab one of her throw blankets and throw it on the TV.
Okay. You throw it on the TV.
And then call her lawyer to see what can be done about 30 cats.
Okay. Grayson and Christiansen, how can I help you?
Hi, this is Margaret Murdoch.
Ah, Miss Murdoch, it's so good to hear from you.
Yes, I have a cat problem. An acquaintance of mine recently passed away, and she left me her 30 cats. And there's all sorts of clauses in this will saying that I can't give them to a pound or a rescue. Or is this even legal? Why can't I give them away to a rescue?
Does the will state that you cannot?
You know what? Let me take a picture of this and get out my cell phone.
I'm just a secretary, miss. I do not know. Mr. Christiansen will be in tomorrow. Would you like to set up an appointment with him?
How long can cats stay in crates?
I don't have that answer either.
They can't come in my place.
Ms. Murdoch, would you like an appointment with Mr. Christiansen, or would you like not to have one?
Can you get me one in the morning?
Yes, 9 a.m.
Okay, they'll probably be fine until then. Yes,
Certainly.
I would like one then.
Very well. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. You have a meeting with Mr. Christiansen. Have a good night, miss.
Thank you.
And they hang up. Wouldn't it be really unfortunate if that was no longer a thing? I mean, she put it in a scheduling program.
You're really a terrible bird. You know that, right?
Birds are generally terrible, but it's Audrey's fault.
Not all birds. And I'm beginning to believe you can't believe anything anybody tells you.
That's true. Audrey is untrustworthy, as is Jack.
And
Denver's
you?
entire life is a lie. Did you know they deal heroin?
Is that on their YouTube channel?
Not yet.
But that's also online. You can't believe anything you read or see online.
That's true. Like this. And a video appears on the screen.
I'll take the blanket off.
Yeah, you can just like, they're like this. And you just sort of sit there and they just wait. Because they can still talk to you through the speakers, even if they can't like. So as you take it off, there is a closed circuit TV video of a fairly high profile penthouse near the Spike. And there is a woman slipping through the window of the upper floor and moving very cautiously and very carefully through the room. And then there's a single frame where the woman brushes hair out of their eyes and that frame freezes. And it's Magpie. He says, I was digging through some old deleted footage the other day. Look what I found. You were very
Yes.
careful. I'm very impressed.
Well, thank you. But you have no proof that that's me. whoever she is, she's quite good at what she does and looks fabulous.
But watch this. And there's like this like slight shift and slight tweak, and like Margaret's face appears and like slides over, and there's kind of this like brief haze, and now you are looking at Margaret's face in Magpie's costume.
Yes, you've already shown us you're quite the wizard at doctoring things, but you've also just shown me that I can't believe any of the other videos that you've shown me about the others.
I mean, you weren't going to anyway. That wasn't my point.
It's true. So who are you going to send it to?
Oh, I haven't decided yet. Maybe no one.
Is there anything special I have to do so that you send it to no one?
No. But the tax service will call you tomorrow. I think they have some questions about some of your charity donations. And the TV closes.
Margaret starts talking to herself. I think I'll check out and see if that appointment at 9 with the lawyer still exists. I think I might need their services soon.
Okay.
And she's going to take the box with the dead cat and she's going to go to the garbage chute in the hallway and just chuck it in there.
Okay. You chuck the poor, sad, dead cat away. And as you call your lawyer, we will pan across town to a high-rise near the Spike. Audrey, you are still beat up. You are now well past the golden hour, just as a thing to keep in mind. So you're going to be hurting for a long time. And you approach this high-rise and press the buzzer. Yes.
Neville?
Audrey, what brings you here? Do you have
Can I come
23
in?
minutes?
Can I come in or not?
And the door clicks.
She hobbles in.
Okay. You go in and you climb into an elevator and you ascend a number of floors. And as you get out, you step out into what feels like a sauna. And there are temperate plants everywhere. And you proceed through what is essentially like an arbor trellis hallway to a large, naturally growing, it appears, kind of woven trellis door. And as you approach, you see it sort of flex and pull open, and sitting on a chair that's just grown out of vines and flowers is your ex-husband. Look like you've seen better days.
Mm-hmm. I have. Can I use your restroom?
Sure.
She just heads to the bathroom.
Okay.
And just strips off as she goes.
Okay.
She's got to clean up some garbage plus blood plus owl.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, and
She'll just do that.
he's right behind you as you go, as is very much him. And he's like leaned in the door frame. So, you don't come around very often. And never for more than 20 minutes at a time.
Mm-hmm. Am I crazy?
I mean, you divorced me. That was not your best decision. But I feel like I need more context to that question.
I don't know how much of that I can give without having a rocket-propelled grenade launched at us right now.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Does Von Moon have a sister?
I don't have much in the way of interaction with Von Moon. I don't know.
How do you deal with a lot of pain? Do you have painkillers? Can I have some painkillers? What do you got?
And he sort of like gestures at like a plant that's like wrapped around the shower trellis, and it like leans down, and then it suddenly flowers, and as it opens up there's just like nectar in it. He's like, drink that.
Can't just do pills. Okay. No,
And he
I
gives
know,
you
I
this
know.
like distinctly irritated
Yeah.
look.
I know. Yeah, sure. She knocks it back.
Okay. It tastes terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But you immediately feel super funky. And you also don't have wounds anymore.
Oh, that's nice. She will just sit.
But I do need you to make a vigor roll
Uh-oh.
at a -2.
Okay.
And actually also at your wound penalty, because your wounds haven't knit yet. Like,
I don't know
this
what that
takes place before you. So how many wounds did you have? 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're at a -5 on your vigor roll. Because this is the effect that takes place as the wounds are knitting.
Oh, then if I'm at a -5 already, that's already, we're heading to 0.
So try and roll. There's always explosions.
No,
Oh,
that's
you
a
rolled
0.
And you got a 0? Okay.
Yeah, I rolled and then you said it.
Okay. You feel the equivalent of like mega drunk. Like inhibitions are ultra low. Brain processes are super befuddled. And he's going to look at you and he's like, so, what's going on?
There's a kid. I can't say your name, but there's a kid. And
his eyes sort of narrow and he's like, you always told me you didn't want kids.
I don't want kids.
But you have one?
No. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I have a kid. But I don't know if I have a kid. Because, I don't have a kid. Von Moon has a kid. Yeah.
Who were you with today, Audrey?
People.
It's not helpful.
Lots of people, and they can all do stuff.
Who?
Oh. Someone called Jack, and someone called Denver, and someone
What did they do?
What do you mean, what did they do?
What does Jack do?
I think he's a cop.
Okay. What does Denver do?
I don't know. Student? Art student.
Who else?
There's one called Margaret, and she works at this auction house. They had Man on a Bike.
Ah, yes. One of my favorites.
I haven't seen Man on a Bike yet.
Oh, it's too bad. I just got rid of mine.
You have Man on a Bike?
Not anymore. I just sold it.
Oh. I mean, you could have shared. I've never seen it.
How would I know that?
I don't know.
You're only ever here for 20 minutes at a time. That's not generally what we cover.
Hey. This works for you.
No, it works for you. I'm not the one who filed. You did.
You're very needy.
That's probably true. Shira likes that.
Oh. No, who is she? He.
She.
Them. Is it a plant?
No. Would you like to meet them? They're here.
Oh. No.
Okay.
Does she wear yellow? Is she yellow? Does she wear yellow?
No.
Lots of yellow. Canary
No.
yellow. Bird yellow. Does she like birds?
Yes, but not in the way you're thinking.
What do you mean?
Are
How
you
do
sure
know
you
what
don't
I'm
want to meet
thinking?
her?
Yeah, fine.
And he like holds his hand out to you, and you are not super steady on your feet at present. And he helps you back toward the guest bedroom. And he says, sit here. And he steps to the door and calls some things. And a woman comes walking into the guest bedroom. She is incredibly lithe and athletic, is dressed head to toe in a black catsuit, and she kind of looks at you, and you see that her eyes have those like slit irises the way a cat's do. And she kind of flexes her fingers, and she looks at you, and she lets out this very soft purr as she sees you and says, "Ah, you're the ex. It's good to meet you, dear. I'm Ben Shira."
Hey, you're a cat.
I mean, I can be. I'm not at present.
You know, everything is really fuzzy right now.
Yes, you took one of the pain tonics.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We have no designs on you whatsoever.
I should hope not.
It's just important that you understand and that chat understands.
Oh, okay. So
Who else were you with today?
why do you keep asking?
It's important.
It's tiring remembering things.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, who else? You weren't there.
No, but you said a lot of people and you named 3.
Oh, there was a kid called Julie. She doesn't have a job anymore.
Oh.
She doesn't have a job anymore, which is kind of, it should be sad because she's homeless, but for some reason that's kind of funny.
Where did she have a
So-
job in the first place?
Oh, she was working at the cafe. There was a coffee shop, got
Which
blown
cafe?
up. Daily Grind.
Okay. And she nods and she steps out of the room. And he looks at you and he's like, "You need to sleep."
I don't sleep.
I know that you don't think you need to. But you need to.
No. I don't need to sleep. Do you, can I, she looks around the room. Do you have a computer? I need the computer.
No. You can use it in the morning. And he sort of like looks at you, and you feel kind of this like sharp sting like right behind your ear. And out of your peripheral, you see kind of this like tendrils sort of regress back into a flower. He's like, sleep. We can deal with it in the morning.
I'm not going to be okay with this. And then she falls asleep.
And he like watches you and he's like, you won't remember. And he walks out of the room. The next morning, Jack, you get a knock on your door.
Okay.
There is a man who appears to be made entirely out of crystal standing on your doorstep. You can give me a common knowledge roll.
The Benny.
Okay.
Guess what numbers I got?
A 1 and a 3.
Yep. I'm trading dice again. 4.
This is Anhydrus. He is one of the Justicars.
Okay.
Jack McGregor.
Yes.
I, Anhydrus. You come with me.
Okay.
Verdant Brink needs to see you. He says,
All right.
Friend of yours very sick. May die.
Okay. I'm coming. Let's go.
Okay. Follow me. And he like walks toward a car. And as he walks, you see him sort of like shimmer. And then there's like, when he was crystal, he was almost 8 feet tall. As he shimmers, he's like this 4.5 foot tall, little tiny rat-faced guy. And he looks at you and he's like, sorry, I needed to get your attention and that works better. And he climbs up into the driver's side seat of this car.
Mm-hmm.
And get in.
I hop in.
Okay. And he takes off. Denver, you have spent the night in custody. As you were brought to the student security, campus security post, and were greeted by Somerset City Police, and were promptly arrested for possession of $500,000 worth of heroin.
Yeah.
As you are there, there is a knock, like there's a discussion that takes place, and then there is a knock on the door, and there's a man standing there. He's in this very shiny, kind of silver metallic suit. He has like a raven logo on him, and he's got like black etchings all across his armor, like, you know, black highlights. And he stands in the door, and you can give me a common knowledge roll.
Sure. Why not? Do I even have common knowledge? I do!
Everybody has at least a D4.
Six.
This is Nevermore, which is another one of the Justicars. And he kind of looks at you and he's like, you Denver?
Yeah.
Cool. Your bail's been posted. Come with me.
Okay. Sure, I guess.
I mean,
Do you have any coffee?
and he like thinks about it for a second, and he lifts up his arm, and he like reaches over and takes a mug off of one of the shelves, and he sort of like flexes his wrist, and you see this little tube pop down, and just coffee pours into this cup, and he holds it out to you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Downs it all in one go.
Yeah, it's really hot, but it tastes okay.
That's fine.
And he flicks his wrist back. He's like, all right, we gotta go.
Great. Where are you taking me?
Just hang on. And he like holds out his arm and like pulls you in against him.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, it's just easier to get places this way. And like he presses the little raven symbol on his chest, and you hear like this creaking, and you see these big steel wings pop out of his back and extend out, and then you hear this just rush of like jets, and you feel yourself propelled up into the air.
Despite Denver's best efforts, they do yelp.
Okay. And he kind of looks at you, he's like, yeah, that happens on the first time a lot. I understand. Meanwhile, at the offices of Mr. Christiansen, you are sitting waiting for your appointment, which you did confirm multiple times, much to Anna's dismay, as you called, like, because they're one of those, like, where the advocates were available 24/7, and you just kept calling to confirm your appointment, and she was getting really annoyed with you. But as you are there, you hear the sound of breaking glass.
Sorry, excuse me, what is that?
What?
I just heard breaking glass.
I don't know. And you can see that, like, she's not super with it at the moment. Her eyes are kind of glazed a little bit.
Are you feeling okay?
And she, like, slumps off of her chair, and you hear her, like, onto the floor.
Well, that's not good. And I'm gonna go over and take her pulse to see if she's still alive.
Okay. Yep. She's still alive. The door to Christiansen's office opens, and there is a figure standing there, has a large, like, it looks like a fishbowl on his head, but it's super prismatic, and it kind of turns and looks at you, and then you see, like, two eyes and a nose and a mouth kind of form on it, and then it sort of flickers, and there's a face. Are you Margaret?
Last time I checked, I was.
Verdant Brink would like to see you. Please come with me.
This lady seems to be having a problem.
Oh, she'll be okay once we leave.
Oh, okay. You wouldn't happen to be friends with a songbird, would you?
Definitely not. I don't know who that is. But I do have a friend in here waiting.
Probably wouldn't tell me if you were. Okay, I'm coming.
And as you come in, you don't need to make a knowledge roll on this one. The velvet hammer is just flying outside of the window, which is like the Superman equivalent in this world. And she's like, let's go. We got places to be. And she holds out her hand to the two of you, one to each of you.
Oh. Could we take like a Uber or something?
Nope.
All right. I mean, flying is cool, but not when someone else is.
All right, that's enough.
Okay.
And she reaches out and grabs your wrist. And all of a sudden you feel yourself like pulled off into the sky as she jets off.
This is not as cool as it looks in the movies.
And she like shrugs, and you feel yourself like pulled forward and then dropped back down for a second at the action of her arms. Julie, where are you?
Riding the subway.
Okay.
Have not gotten off it yet for 2 hours.
Okay. You notice that there is an individual who keeps looking at your face very intently. Young, kind of extremely exotic, olive-skinned looking woman.
I decide that the next stop I need to get off.
Okay. You
And
arrive at the next stop.
so I get off
Mhm.
the train and just kind of speed walk, but not really speed walk because that makes it really obvious.
Mhm.
And just try and disappear into the crowd as quickly as possible.
Okay. This woman is matching your every step.
I pick up pace.
Okay.
And just kind of mumble excuse me's and sorries as I...
And like as you glance back over your shoulder, this woman is just like completely adeptly dodging everyone to the point that she's not having to say excuse me or sorry. She's just weaving her way through people and just is right on your heels.
I will... The first moment I get, I'm going to duck into an alleyway and see if I can disappear there.
Okay. You duck into an alleyway. There is a very similar looking man sitting on a stool in the alleyway, and he looks up at you.
Feeling incredibly cornered.
Do you know Audrey?
What's it to you?
She's really sick.
What's it to me?
That part I don't know. And his voice is off slightly. It sounds sort of hollow.
Mm-hmm.
And his gaze is not fixed on you at all. It's just sort of like looking past you.
Is that lady following me with you?
Yeah, that's my sister.
What do you want?
Brink asked us to bring you to Audrey.
I really don't want to see her.
And he kind of shrugs. And he's like, what's that to me? And then he just grins at you. And as you kind of listen, you sort of glance over and you hear that voice a second time and a third time and a fourth time. And out of various, like out of like a door that leads into the alley and up over the wall that's in the back of the alley and then coming up the other side of the alley are others of this person.
This feels like a threat. Are you threatening me?
Not yet. And like you watch as like the other three people like walk up to this guy and just like step into him, and then there's just one of him.
If I try to leave, will you stop me?
I won't. He will. And he kind of gestures over, and there's a third individual like leaned back against the dumpster, and he's just sort of flicking his fingers, and you just see this like puff of fire every time his fingers snap. Look, Brink called in a favor and said he needs to see you. I don't know anything about it, but
Question. Can I do a common knowledge roll to know to figure out who the hell is Brink?
you know who Verdant
Okay.
Brink is. Yeah, Verdant Brink is one of the Justicars.
Now, why would a Justicar?
His ex-wife's sick.
Wait. Audrey was married to a Justicar?
Yeah.
Why does he want to see me?
I don't know. He called in a favor.
And I'm gonna assume that favor.
Was bring you to the menagerie.
You can tell that Julie's really not very happy with this situation, and the longer she stands there, the more trapped she feels, and the more she panics.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, like, the woman has entered the alleyway.
And I'm gonna assume that there's really no point in me trying to fight you in this matter.
I mean, fighting us would go very poorly. You can definitely try and run. But fighting us would be bad. And you hear, like, the voice of the third person, the fire snapper, and there's just, like, this kind of crackly rasp under his voice, which I won't do because my throat hurts and I'm not going to do it. But he says, yeah, it'd go really poorly. Look, all we got to do is deliver you there, and we're square. What you do after you get there is up to you.
Fine.
And he kind of nods, and they step up, and the one guy is like, all right, I don't suppose you have a car or something.
Me?
Yeah.
She looks. I kind of look like I'm ready to, like, punch this guy. Like, I potentially lost my job.
Oh.
I lost my home.
Oh.
Now this peckerhead's asking if I have a car. No, I don't have a car.
Interesting. Hang on. And he, like, points at the woman. Like, piggyback or something.
Why?
I asked nicely.
Can't I just take myself there?
Do you know where it is?
Well, no. I'd hope you'd
Asked
tell
and
me.
answered. No, that doesn't sound likely.
God, you're making this harder than it should be. And then I'm gonna, like,
And he, like, gives you this,
piggyback
like,
the woman.
hello, pot, this is kettle kind of look. And you climb up and you feel like a blindfold rested over your eyes. And then you suddenly feel yourself, like, you hear kind of this, like, crunch noise. And you feel yourself in the air. Like, you feel that dramatic, like, upsurge, like if you jump with your eyes closed. But it doesn't fade away as quickly as you're used to. And then you hear another crunch, and then another surge, and then another crunch, and then another surge. And this goes on for a few minutes until at last you feel one last crunch, and your blindfold is removed. And as you look around, you are standing on a rooftop. And on this rooftop are 3 people you recognize. Jack and Margaret and Denver are all here. as well as a handful of people that you don't. And they all sort of glare at each other for a second. And then you watch as they all disappear in their own means of transport. And the door to the the downward descending door on the roof opens. But the four of you are standing on that rooftop.
I'm gonna lean over the edge and vomit.
Okay, you lean over the edge. As you vomit, how is your fear of heights?
Well, in the moment of... Well, okay, how tall is this building?
It's in the clouds. You just leaned out into clouds and vomited into cloud. Which is not an experience most people can say they've had, so well done.
It's like, I'm not afraid of heights, but
I mean,
even this is a little
in
bit
clouds
extreme.
is a new thing, yeah.
I fly back
Yeah.
and land on my back and just kind of wiggle further away from the edge.
Yep. So you all watch as Julie steps to the edge, vomits for a second, and then scrambles back away from the edge.
Cool.
Not cool.
You good?
No.
Do I have my bag?
Nope.
I don't have my stuff.
Nope.
It's still at the police station?
Yep.
Oh, I'm mad. I'm so mad.
Yep.
Anyone
lost my
know?
home. I lost my job. I haven't slept.
Oh,
I've been followed. I've been cornered.
believe me, I haven't slept either.
Margaret's I slept wonderfully. As
Oh.
did Jack.
Although I currently have a cat problem, yours sounds worse, though, at the moment.
And this is all Audrey's fault.
I don't think the cat problem is her fault, actually. This is an old lady named Sandra's fault.
I blame my ex-wife. But
I don't
that's
know
another
who to
story.
There
blame.
you go.
Well, didn't the canary cause the shooting at the museum? Or the whatever, wherever you work?
Oh, you're right. It could be still indirectly that stupid bird's fault.
And you hear a meowing noise. And there is a black and white cat sitting up on top of the doorway.
I'm going to hide behind whoever is closest to me. So even if it's Denver, who, if I remember right, is really short.
Sure.
So all of a sudden,
So
you just,
I'm gonna be
Denver, you just feel your arms, and all of a sudden, Margaret has you as a human shield between her and the cat.
Wait, did you pick Denver up or are you just standing behind Denver?
I'm not, well, I'm only 5'4", so I'm not picking you up, but I've got both your shoulders and I've just got, you can't, well, you probably could if you wanted to, but she's holding you there
She's not
your
going
mummy
to.
shield.
She's not going to. I was just doing imagery in my head of whether or not Denver's feet were now off the ground.
No. And the cat talks to you. They're all waiting for you downstairs, if you would, please.
I
know
don't
that
even
your
know why
group
we're
has a
here.
penchant for discussion, but perhaps you can have a discussion in the parlor.
Talking cat. Cool. I walk on in.
Do you always have to look like a cat, or do you have a different form?
And she flickers, and there's this immensely attractive, athletic woman in a black cat suit and dark black hair. And sits there and looks at you.
Oh, I much prefer that one. Stay like that, please. Thank you. And then I'm going to run down the stairs.
Do you have coffee? It's been a long night.
Certainly.
Cool. I'm also going down the stairs.
And she'll slip down off of the thing and she'll slowly walk toward Julie. I know what it's like to lose everything.
That's supposed to make me feel better.
No, it isn't. That's not
And
my job, and it's
Then
not
I
what you're
don't
looking
want to
for.
hear it.
Then
I
go
just want to
inside.
hear. Just kind of glare at her and then flicker to the doorway.
Okay. You enter the doorway. And you head down the stairs, and you see Audrey. Audrey is asleep in some kind of like bed of roses. And there is a tall, attractive, Slavic-looking man standing in the corner, and he looks at all of you. My name is Verdant Brink. Thank you for coming. I know many of you would have preferred not to. I have slowly, through her sleep talking, been able to piece together a little bit of what's going on. But what you're dealing with is a series of psychopaths. And I'll be very blunt with you. It's a series of psychopaths you can't beat alone. I'm going to wake her up now. And you're all going to decide what to do. It's as simple as that. And he stands up and he kind of adjusts his suit and he holds out a hand to the cat woman, and they walk out of the room, and you see a kind of tendril of plant like come up and jam itself into the side of Audrey's neck, and it sort of like pulses for a second, and Audrey's eyes flicker. And then, Audrey, you awaken to the 4 people you know.
What are you all doing here?
You tell us.
That's what I would like to know.
It's a very good question.
So someone better start talking.
I guess we better follow them.
Who?
They said we were supposed to discuss things.
Who?
Those Justicars.
How
Kind of uppity.
How much of what happened does she remember?
The only part of last night you don't remember is him putting you to sleep.
Okay.
You remember everything else.
Okay. For the sake of argument, I'm going to assume I'd put clothes back on.
Sure. You're like covered in some kind of like leaf robe.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. You all got away. That's good.
But there's more problems.
What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Well, I don't know what everybody else's problems are, though I get the feeling they have some. But do you know 30 people that would like a cat? I don't think one person should have 30 cats. You could even know 15 people that want 2 cats. And I really need to talk. I had an appointment with my lawyer. I hear the IRS is going to be calling me soon. I really need to get some stuff straightened out.
I thought I was crazy.
I'm not crazy. Sandra was crazy. She had the 30 cats and she willed them to me. Who does that? And then says that you can't send them to a sanctuary. I was going to send a nice donation with them. They would have been perfectly fine, I'm sure. Far away from me.
You have 30 cats.
I did not sign for them.
You have 30 cats.
Maybe that means they're not officially mine, right? Because I didn't sign anything.
You're a bird. Now you have 30 cats.
And Audrey is slowly losing it again in front of all of you.
Maybe we can discuss cats later. Let's see what the Justicars want.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'll take a cat, Margaret.
Yay, 29 to go. You know, we really got to get this, like they're still in their crates. And while I don't like cats, I'm pretty sure that's not good for them.
I may know someone that might want a couple cats just as a gift. Her name is Megan. I'll get
Julie's
you
gonna
her
go.
information.
You
Where does Julie go?
Follows the.
You go to a locked door.
I'm just gonna try and find a way out.
There's the front door. Yeah, I mean, you can go out the front door.
I'm gonna go out the front door.
Okay, so Julie just like and walks and tries one door and then goes and opens the front door, and you're standing in this long hallway that looks like kind of like a arbor trellis, and it's incredibly hot and humid up here. But you
there
can continue down the hallway.
Yeah.
are no electronics in this place, right?
Nope.
Audrey's gonna yell to Julie. If we don't stop the songbird, your life's just gonna get shitter.
That's debatable because right now it seems like everything is just really bad.
You're alive.
Yeah, but the songbird told me that that you'd been arrested for heroin possession.
Yeah, that was how I handled my night. I came home to being told that I had $500,000 worth of heroin in my dorm room that I had been selling, apparently. But newsflash, I wasn't.
Jack's like taking notes.
I wasn't selling heroin outside of my dorm room.
Okay.
So I spent the entire night in a cell. I don't have my stuff. I would like to get that back. I really
Don't you have like a famous YouTube channel? Why do you need to sell heroin?
I don't
At this point,
I don't sell heroin.
as this conversation is going on, Julie, you have reached the elevator and you've hit the call button. And the elevator begins to come up the multiple
Oh my god.
scores of floors.
In Julie's defense, the three stooges in the alleyway said, "It's none of their concern what she does afterwards."
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Margaret, what does danger sense do?
I've got it right here in front of me. Notice roll at +2 to sense ambushes or similar events.
Yeah, roll it.
I'm going to Benny that.
Okay.
That's how Spidey sense works. 10.
There is very much danger close.
And that's all I get.
Yeah.
That's like Margaret's life right now. Guys,
Yeah.
something isn't right. Something, I don't know, something is wrong or about to be
You have-
really wrong.
You have 30 cats.
The door to the elevator opens, Julie, and there are 6 men in full riot gear holding assault weapons who see you, and you hear kind of this like electric chatter, and the guns go up, and you have like a split second to react.
Fuck. Can I just flick down the other way?
Yeah, you can essentially
Yeah.
reappear in the menagerie room where your friends are now telling, like, you just all of a sudden, or the people you know, I guess, none of you appear to be friends. Margaret is like, yeah, there's something bad coming. You have 30 cats. And then all of a sudden, Julie is back in the room, slamming the door shut behind them. And then you hear tut, 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 and you just see bullet holes start to appear in the door.
I'm gonna drop down.
Yeah, Julie just hits the ground in a well-practiced stance.
Oh. Hey, I think I found that bad thing you were talking about.
Yeah, she's gonna grab
Trying the
her
other door.
The other door
necklace
is
and
locked.
it's magpie time.
Yep. So, like, you see Julie hit the floor. Denver just has this like existential crisis look on her face. It's like, oh look, the devil's here. That makes sense. I totally imagine Jack like ducks behind a piece of furniture and pulls his gun, and Audrey just runs and starts to like shake the other door as Julie is crawling along the floor, and there are more gunshots coming through the door, and you hear boots moving down the hallway.
Audrey, move over. Let me look at the door. Maybe I can pick it and get it open.
Okay.
It's a door I can pick?
Yeah. You hear like this crunch noise as like a booted foot bangs against the door that Julie just slammed closed.
I'm gonna try and like get behind some kind of cover, and then like I fumble with my sleeve, and then I'm holding this tiny switchblade and I'm staring at it like, what is this gonna do?
Yeah. So you like crawl into the kitchen behind the bar, and you're just like,
I'm gonna yell towards the door. Nobody's home.
And while they're all doing that, I get out my tension wrench and my rake, and I'm like, and I roll an 8, so I must do it.
so the door pops open.
Oh, I'm putting on my everything. Everything is activated now.
Okay. You don't have any knucks. They were
I
confiscated
noticed.
at the police station.
I realized that.
Also activating everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Activating
Pull my
things.
gun. I activate everything.
All right, so Margaret, you get the door open. You're like, ha! And door opens just in time for the other door to burst open, and a series of 6 riot-dressed assault people pour into the room. And we are going to actually have a combat this time, unlike earlier where you avoided it.
What, we can't just run out the door and
We
avoid
can't
it
just
again?
run out the door again?
You're welcome to do whatever you want based on your initiative card.
Oh.
All right, going in order as it appears on stream. And yes, chat, we are working on a better way to handle this, but it's some time out yet. Jack, 2 of diamonds.
I'll sit back and watch you guys.
Space Boy, Jack of spades. Margaret, 4 of hearts. Audrey, 7 of hearts. Denver, 6 of diamonds. And the bad guys are the 5 of spades. So, first person on the docket will be Julie.
Can I
What?
see the door? The open door?
You heard the door. Yeah, I mean, you can see it from where you are. The door into the new hallway.
Yeah, Julie's not gonna hang around. I know she's not made for... Like, she's gonna look like Swiss cheese if she stays. So she's gonna do that nifty trick of hers and book it, because that's what anyone sensible would probably do.
Okay. You zip into the hallway. Margaret, all of a sudden, Julie's like 10 feet in front of you in the hallway.
That really is a handy talent she has. Does the door have like a like I could go out it and then like in a little ways and get a little bit of cover?
No, it opens out into...
Like it's just all straight.
Yeah.
Is there anything around there that I could duck behind?
I mean, back in the room, yes.
But still close to the door?
There's like an ottoman.
I will duck behind the
But
ottoman.
it's Audrey's turn.
Oh.
Not
Did
your
you
turn.
say my name? No.
No.
Sorry.
I swear I also...
I said, Margaret, this happens. And then I went to say the next person and then Margaret started acting. So it's a mixture of things. But
You did say my name. You just didn't mean it was my turn. Okay, I'm not going
Right.
it's
crazy.
your turn, Audrey.
I thought it too.
Audrey is going crazy.
Audrey's definitely going crazy.
Give me a notice roll, Audrey.
Okay. Seven.
Where's the girl? Where's the girl? Look for the girl. Spread out. Look for the girl.
Great. Audrey is gonna yell out, "There is no girl here," and just hands up.
Okay.
And hope she doesn't get shot.
Okay. All right. Denver.
Denver was going to punch something.
Audrey.
Denver was going to punch something, but then Audrey raised her hands.
And it's wrong to punch someone with hands.
Do they still look like they're going to shoot them? Like shoot.
It's been a second and a half. So you have no idea.
Forgive me, I forget. Is holding turns a thing in Savage World?
Yep.
Can I hold until
You
like,
just hold. So the way you hold in Savage World is you just be like, I'm gonna go on hold, and then you get to choose when you want to interrupt something. Then we have a contested roll to see if you do it faster or not. And then you go.
Okay.
It's not like D&D or Pathfinder where it's contingent on something. You just go on hold.
Cool. I'm gonna hold.
Okay, you are on hold. Which brings us to the bad guys. There are 6 bad guys. And they are grumpy people at y'all. And so they are going to...
Are they just mad because we haven't died yet or something?
just
What's going
so
on?
so angry.
Is
that
it
you're
just
not.
because
Feels
we exist that they hate us?
Yeah.
One of them is going to reach into his vest, and he's going to load something into like the grenade launcher that's on his assault weapon, and flick the switch, and generate.
Is that really
looks
wise in a
from
just a
Chantel.
car's apartment? I mean,
To be fair, they don't know where they are.
Really?
Why would they? And they are going to lean back and pull the second trigger, and you hear kind of this sound, and you watch as this foam starts to spread out across the room. And I need you to... They're going to make a shooting roll, and then everybody who is not Julie is going to need to make an agility roll against this shooting roll. Your target number is 7.
Five.
10.
Okay.
Everything gets more scary when you have
22.
no bennies left.
Denver? You're muted. Oh, 1 second. Okay.
I have one, but I'm saving it.
Nobody's done anything that cool. But you all have special bennies. Like I said, nobody's done anything that cool.
20.
Okay. So
Oh, I spent a penny too, by the way.
Magpie. Everyone else kind of is like, they move pretty quickly and get some generate kind of a hole. You're like, what is happening? And then it like hardens and you are up to your waist in this like solid foam. And you are immobilized, vulnerable, and distracted. As a thing to know. The other one is going to, so that was one guy. Second guy is going to turn, and you see kind of, there's like this soft flashing on the visor of his helmet. And he is going to turn and aim at Denver and shoot. If you'd like to attempt to interrupt, you may. You're still muted.
Hi, yeah, I realized that after I started speaking. Pro gamer. Is it a normal gun or is it the sticky gun?
He is just shooting you. You don't really know. He aimed the gun at you. He didn't load a capsule.
Okay, so it looks like he's attempting to fire a bullet at me. In that point, I guess, yeah, I'll risk it. I'm gonna run up and hit him.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to make an athletics check, set the target number. He is going to try and beat you on the athletics check.
Okay, what is my athletics?
I don't know.
I found my athletics. Give me a moment. 5.
He will get a 7.
Hmm.
So you will go to move toward him. He will pull the trigger, and then your action will occur.
Okay.
He is going to get a 5 on his shot, which means he will hit you. I need
No.
you to please.
Wait, no, is it against my armor?
No. It's
No?
a ranged
Okay.
attack.
Gotcha.
And it would only ever be against your parry. Toughness is for damage.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, still.
Nope, it's all good. I need you to make a vigor roll at -1, please. As you all kind of, those of you still in the room, he aims this gun, and you notice he has like this purple band across one shoulder, and he lifts it up, and you see this purple ray fly out and hit Denver.
That's a 4.
Okay. And
Wait,
you
no,
apply
-1, 3.
this one. Okay. So you feel that, and all of the sudden you feel really slow, and you kind of look around, and like the world just feels different. And in game terms, I need you to roll a d6 for me.
Just 1?
Yeah, just 1d6. It does not explode.
1.
Okay. Your superpowers are nullified.
Oh, great.
And you slide up and punch this guy. What are your superpowers' impacts on your punching?
I don't think it actually impacts the punching itself.
Mhm.
All my superpowers do is make it really hard to hit me.
Except not. In this
Except
case.
not now, because
It makes it really hard to hurt you. Because mostly it's armor. So they can
yeah,
hit you,
it's
just hard to hurt
armor,
you.
it's armor, parry.
Yeah.
Those are the two.
Mm.
Well, 2 of them.
Okay, so...
Wait. Did you apply a -1 penalty to the ranged attack?
From...
Deflection?
No, because you didn't tell me that was there.
You were there when I made this.
Yeah, there's a standing rule at an Eric table. Keep track of your own shit. I
Yeah.
keep track of all the bad guys' stuff. You keep track of yours. So if
I
I
also
take a
had just
ranged
assumed that you had said that,
Oh no!
that you
If I take a ranged
knew.
shot at you, if I take a ranged shot at you, you just need to remind me that you have deflection of 1.
Okay.
I rolled a 7, So that still brings it to a 6, so it still does hit you because you need a 4 on a ranged attack.
Okay.
But yes.
I
Nope, no worries.
just saw the deflection
In the future, just remind me when I take a ranged shot attack, be like, hey, I have deflection of 1, and then I'll remember. Okay, so you make a fighting roll.
Yep. I need to find my fighting. Oh, yay. Actually, hold on. I need to double check something real quick. Forgive me. Because that changes. Okay. I think I know what that does. That changes the fighting roll. Wild die, is it always a 6 or is it just another?
Always a 6.
Okay, just checking.
Yep.
9.
Okay, that will hit.
And because I don't have any knuckles. Now, question.
Mm-hmm. You have the martial artist edge, I believe.
Yes. Which I need to go and look at it
You
real
do
quick.
strength plus D4 damage.
Yeah, so do I that was my question. Do I roll strength and D4?
And add them together.
Okay. Do I also have the wild die with that?
Nope.
Okay, just double checking.
Mm-hmm. No worries.
And it explodes, correct?
It does, yep.
Okay. 9.
Okay. He is shaken. So you slide up, you feel really funky, and then you punch him in the face. You do, like this martial arts move, punch him in the face, and he kind of rears back. 2 of the guys are going to run forward into the hallway, and the other 2 guys, one is going to move to Audrey and attempt to put Audrey's hands behind her back. Do you let him?
Yep.
Okay. So he puts shackles on your wrists, and you feel super funky as
Just
a thing.
Feeling funky.
Yep. Well, you haven't really tried to do anything yet. And then the other one will take aim at... you 2 are back behind cover, so he'll stay in the doorway, and he will just kind of keep his gun on Audrey, and he will aim for the turn. Brings us to Margaret.
She is going to cast malfunction on that annoying gun.
Okay.
So let's see. Spirit roll. Ooh, my dice like malfunction. 10.
Okay.
Wait, was I shaken when that goo got me?
No, but you are
Okay.
at a -2 because you are distracted.
Okay, then it's going to be 8.
Okay.
I knew there was something there.
Okay. Yep. So the gun sparks in his hand, and he kind of looks at it and he's looking at it as it sparks. He's not exactly sure what's going on. Jack.
I'm going to shoot said annoying gun.
You're gonna called shot on the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, -4 on your shooting roll.
Yeah, I don't hit the gun.
Okay. That seems to be a norm for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give up shooting. I'm gonna give up rolling dice.
Give up rolling dice. You just have transcended dice rolling as an aspect.
Maybe I will
to
take up my
game.
ex-wife's offer for buying all my apartments, and maybe I'll go buy a private island in the Pacific and just
leave.
disappear.
Okay. All right, new round. Jack. You get the Joker. So everybody gets
Yay.
a Benny. Hooray for Bennies. Space Boy. 5 of diamonds. Margaret. Queen of spades. Audrey. Jack of clubs. Denver. You gotta be kidding me. Everybody gets a Benny. As Denver pulls the other Joker. And the bad guys will pull the 8 of hearts. So, what a Joker means in Savage Worlds. Everybody gets a Benny. You two get to act at will. You get to decide where in the turn order you go. There is no interrupting. You just get to go. You get a +2 to all trait rolls this time around and a +2 to damage. Also, you were only, Denver, you were only disabled for 1 round. That's what the D6 was. So your superpowers are back, but you do have to spend an action to turn them back on. So I will call out the turn order as it goes. If you would like to step in with a Joker, just say, hey, I'm going to go now. But the turn order puts us at Margaret.
She
There you go.
is going to pull a feather, and it looks a lot less substantial now, and she blows on it, and a whole bunch of little like shadowy birds come flying off as the feather slowly disappears as she blows, and they go out in like flying out in like a swarm, and they get bigger. And so what she's doing is her shadow birds, which
is which power?
I need to roll. I need to make a spirit roll to see if it succeeds.
Which
and then
power
she can.
Is it?
Oh, sorry. It's on the supers page 27. Sorry, I didn't put what name they have it. I gave it my own name.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's like energy control or something.
Yeah, energy control. Okay. And you're doing the energy control damage version. Okay.
Out of 5.
Okay, so
I can't remember if it has to hit a certain number or just over 4 it succeeds.
this hits everybody.
I have selective.
You do have selective, okay.
So, of course, I select not to hit my
The people you know.
potential new friends.
Okay. This will hit all 4 of the guys in the room who are bad guys. So,
Yes.
What did you get on your energy control roll?
On my spirit roll to see if I can activate it, I got a 5.
Okay, that works. So 2d6 damage to everybody who you're hitting. As a bunch of spirit swarm birds start pecking the eyes out of visored people.
I hear the dice roll in the other room. It keeps going.
$25.
Okay, so these these shadow birds,
They're angry.
like kind of pass through visors, and then you just start to hear screaming, and all 4 of these guys just drop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Somebody get me out of the foam. Let's go.
That brings us to Audrey, you are manacled behind your back. 4 of the 6 guys are down.
Wait, including the person behind my back,
Yep,
presumably
the only
just
2 who
manacled.
aren't down are in the hallway chasing Julie.
I'm assuming the manacles have been clipped closed.
Yeah, they're closed.
Can I get the key and unmanacle myself?
I mean, your hands are behind your back.
I mean, if my hands are behind my back, I still have hands.
Yes.
I can still search for
I
things.
mean, you can search for the key. That would be your turn, is searching for the key.
I would
Can
like
I
to
use
search.
my Joker and just go over and crush the gauntlet or the cuffs?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to use your
Like
Joker
I did
and
my
interrupt-
cell phone.
Yeah, if you want to interrupt and go
No.
over and
Ooh,
break
my
the
wrists.
cuffs.
Oh, okay.
No.
You said crush.
Crush
Yeah.
the cuffs.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can interrupt, including other
Mhm.
players. So if you want to go and break the cuffs,
Sure.
okay. You touch the cuffs, and you feel really funky, and also can't seem to break them.
Hmm. And then pull my hands away like tingly.
Yeah, you feel you feel really slow. You feel kind of sick. You feel like
I need,
all of
I
your
need to-
veins like itch.
I need to turn them off and on again.
Ugh, that kind of funky. You didn't explain that funky.
Oh, but you
That's
don't feel
funky.
that way. You
Oh,
don't feel
okay,
the same
fine.
way. Okay, it's your turn.
I'm gonna find an electric plug and try to stick my finger in it.
Okay. That will
I
not
need
be a
some
thing
kind
that
of
happens
shock.
this turn. Audrey, what are
That's
you doing?
crazy. I'm searching for the key.
Okay. You look for the
Spend
key.
my-
You
yeah.
do not
Teach
find
me to
the
use my
key.
Joker to try to help somebody.
Yeah, man. Thanks for.
Yeah, you do not find a key.
Is speech a
You
free
can-
action,
you can
or do I
talk.
need to have
No, you can
announced
talk.
that? Okay. Thanks for trying.
Thanks for whatever it is you did.
Thanks for. I mean, it's that combination of like, you did nothing, but
But you
also
clearly
this is
tried
the
to
first
do
time
something.
someone's actually tried to help. So
Mhm.
I guess thanks.
So Denver, you get to go whenever. At this point, it is the 2 bad guys in the hallway's turn, and they
I'd
are
like to
going-
go before them.
Okay. What would you like
I
to
was
do?
waiting
What
for that.
they are intending to do is shoot Julie in the back.
Yeah, I was actually wondering, do I know that they're going after Julie?
Nope.
Do I know where they went?
You know they ran into the hallway, but you don't know that Julie went there because Julie went from hiding on the floor in the kitchen to in the hallway. For all you know, they're going after the Justicars, who you probably feel like can handle themselves.
You know what? I'm gonna go into the hallway just to check.
Okay. You go into the hallway. There are 2 guys side by side, guns up. You can't see past them. But there are 2 guys in riot gear side by side, guns at their shoulders.
Julie's angry. Julie's angry enough. No, Denver is angry enough. Denver has not had a good day.
Okay.
Denver is going to run up and
Are you going to turn your power back on?
yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So that is
I am
one
going to
action.
do that. That is one action.
Second action.
I'd like... It's probably going to be 2 more actions.
Mm-hmm.
The first action afterwards is at a -1 to anything, correct?
2. Minus
At a
2.
-2 to
Yeah,
anything.
so if you do 3 actions this turn,
Yes.
activation is 1.
Yes.
And every action thereafter will be at a -4 penalty.
Gotcha.
It is a stacking penalty on everything you do in the turn.
You know what? That sounds like a good one. I'm going to run up and I'm going to negate a skill on one of them.
Okay.
I would like to negate shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to negate their shooting, please.
Okay. So you reach out and touch the person.
Yes.
So make a fighting roll. Target number is 4.
No, that's higher. That's an 11. So, well, actually higher than 11, so that's going to probably hit.
Yeah.
So then we have to do opposed spirit rolls, I believe.
Okay. Roll your number. And when you are settled on it, let me know.
Wait, hold on. With this... Yes, an opposed spirit roll. Okay. One moment.
Mm-hmm.
And with this, would I add the +2 or would I minus?
Nope. So you are multi-actioning, so you have a -2 on the multi-action. If this is the only thing you're doing in your turn, because that's an important thing about Savage Worlds, you have to announce everything you're doing in a turn at the start of your turn.
Yeah, nope, this would be the only thing because I don't want that -4.
So you are at a -2 for the multi-action, but you have a +2 from the Joker, so it's just a flat roll.
Okay, cool. So that would be a 6.
They roll a 7.
Oh, yeah, that does nothing then.
Okay, so you reach out and
nothing.
you touch them.
Yep, and I do nothing.
Yep, but you did touch them. You reached out and touched them. That is the thing you did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They are now going to... One of them is going to shoot Julie in the back. The other will turn around and rifle butt stroke you in the face. The Julie shot in the back. Do you have any kind of deflection power, Julie? No. All right, so that is an 8 to hit you, which will be a hit with a raise. And I need to pull up their weapon here, because it is not a normal weapon that they are shooting you with. Okay. So they are dealing 5d6 damage to you. So that is a 2 and a 1. So that is 3. A 4 and a 2 will be 9. And the last one is a 5. So that's 14 damage against your toughness.
My toughness is a 5.
Okay. All right, so 14 minus 5 leaves you with 9, divided by 2 to determine raise numbers. So you are shaken with 2 wounds as you get shot in the back. Now, you can spend a Benny to soak, and then you may roll a vigor roll, and for each success you roll, so each multiple of 4, you negate one of those wounds.
I'll spend a Benny to soak.
Okay.
And then how much does that leave me with?
Well, so in order, what you have to do now is you have to make a vigor roll.
Oh. Got a 6. And do I explode it?
Yep, it does explode.
8.
Okay, so 8 total means 2 successes, which means you negate both wounds.
Okay.
And because you spent a Benny, you're actually not shaken. You just rewrite the plot, and essentially they miss.
Okay.
Is the way that works. So the other one is going to try and rifle stroke Denver in the face. And-
Reminder, I have Jinx.
Okay. Which does what?
If I am correct,
I believe you have to target somebody, like you have to have cast it on them, but let me double check.
It's if you attack her. If
yeah,
you-
it's
a 1 or a 2 with improved jinx, something bad happens to the person who tries attacking her.
Okay.
I don't think I have improved
just regular.
Jinx.
Okay, so he rolled a 7, so not a 1. Which is against your parry this time.
No, my parry with powers on is a 13.
Yeah, okay, so he doesn't even remotely hit you. He goes to bash you, and you just sort of like dodge your head out of the way. Okay. That is a new round time. Okay. Jack. 5 of diamonds. Space Boy for Julie. 10 of diamonds. Margaret. 5 of clubs. Audrey. King of clubs. Denver. Queen of spades. And the 2 remaining bad guys pull the Joker. So they're going to act first. First one is going to yet again try to shoot Julie in the back as he moves down the corridor away from Denver. He will roll a 9, which is a hit with a raise. So, because the way ranged, because I'm seeing looks of confusion on people's faces, the way ranged attack works, target number is a base 4 on ranged combat. Then there are penalties for distance, there are penalties for cover, there are penalties for lighting, that kind of thing. You are in a well-lit, straight down the line, and he is firing an assault weapon. So he is going to roll yet again 5d6 in damage. And he will roll a 4 and a 1 on the first 2, so 5 plus 4 plus 4 is 13. Final is a 1, so 14. I believe you said your toughness is 5. So, same as last time, shaken with 2 wounds. Did you catch that, Nina?
Wait, sorry, I was distracted. Just to double check, Julie spending the Benny to soak up the wounds was my action, right? Last turn.
No, sorry. It should be your turn.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, new round.
Nope, should be your turn. Sorry.
Okay.
What would you like to do with this?
I am angry that I was shot at. And I'm going to turn, and as I set my sights on the guy that shot me, I'm going to flicker out of view and then immediately reappear directly in front of them.
Okay.
And with the switchblade still in my hand,
Mhm.
I'm gonna assume. Is there like a gap between the helmet and the top of the?
No, it has the
No.
like Kevlar scarf. Like this is full riot gear.
Okay. And does the helmet wrap around entirely under the chin?
What are you looking for?
An opening.
To
Because
do what? Just
I'm
tell me the action and I'll tell you. what
I'm
to roll.
going to try and stick the guy with the switchblade.
Okay, so you're just trying to called shot a specifically vulnerable point?
Yes, and if I have to spend another Benny, I will.
Oh no, you don't. It's just a penalty
Okay.
on the attack.
Okay.
So you are at a -4 on your
Ooh.
fighting roll to hit a very small area.
Okay, that's an D8. Oof, a 7.
After your
And then-
-4?
Minus with a 4, it's a 3.
Okay. So yeah, that will not hit on him.
Can I spend a Benny
Yeah,
to
you can
reroll?
spend a penny and reroll it.
Still a 3.
Okay. Nope. So you go up and you stab and you go for the throat and it just sort of deflects off of the
Okay.
armor there. Okay. Now the new round. Sorry about that. Same cards. However, this time he will not be shooting you. He is going to attempt to rifle stroke you in the face the same way the other guy attempted to do to Denver. So this will be against your parry stat.
Okay.
And he will roll a 26. Which I assume beats your parry by at least 4. Okay. So he is rolling his strength plus d6 and his an additional d6. And that will be 5 plus 5 plus 8. So an 18 against your toughness, which we established is 5. So 18 minus 5 is 13 divided by 4. So you are shaken with 3 wounds
Oof.
as he punches you in the face with a rifle. Do you have any bennies left that you would like to soak with?
So last turn, because Denver and Jack got jokers,
Mhm.
so we all got a Benny from that.
You all got a total of 2 additional bennies, yeah.
Okay, those have been used up. I still have whatever I started with.
So your base 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's up to you if you want to soak it or if you want to
Yeah,
accept getting rifled in the face.
I'm gonna try and soak something up. So
Okay. So spend one of those. That'll put you at 2, and you make a vigor roll.
okay. I got a 5.
Okay. You will soak one of those wounds with a 5. So you'll still be shaken at 2.
Okay.
Okay. And then the other guy.
Sorry. Spending the Benny, does that remove the shaken?
Nope. Only if you soak all the wounds.
Right, I understand. Thanks.
And then you can spend a Benny at any other point. I was doing that wrong, and then Clint back yelled at me at Gen Con. It was fun. It was not fun. Yep, so this guy is going to stare at Denver kind of confused, and he is going to utilize his disengage edge, which lets him back up from you without getting punched in the face. So in D&D terms, it negates attack of opportunity. And then he's going to raise his rifle and shoot you because he gets the impression you're vastly harder to hit when he tries to punch you. So he will try and shoot you as a thing. And he'll roll a 1. So because you have Jinx, his gun will jam as a thing. So that is his turn. Which brings us to Audrey. You are still shackled and feeling funky.
I feel like I should be dancing. Not the kind of funky that you mean. Audrey is going to yell out, I don't think you heard me. There's no girl here. And yeah, you know what? She's going to run to the hallway and yell out, there's no girl here. And stop. Just stop. Please stop. Oh, God, help. Please stop. No, just stop.
Okay. You do that
Yep.
as a thing. Which brings us to Denver. Somebody just stepped back and tried to shoot you. Then all of a sudden, Audrey comes running in with her hands behind her back and starts yelling that there is no girl here.
I'm going to hold again.
Okay. You are on hold again.
I'm on hold.
Julie, it is your turn.
I'm going to Is there like a carpet on the floor or something or anything like that? Or is it just a
This is a hardwood floor.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm just gonna flicker to the other side of these two riot guys and just kind of put myself behind Denver and in front of Audrey.
Okay. All right, so you give me just give me a smarts roll as a thing. I think what we're going to do and what I'm going to give you some GM hint on is because you are so heavily non-combat.
Mm-hmm.
Savage Worlds has tricks and tests as a thing.
Okay.
So because you have the ability to move so rapidly, if you would like, you can in the future make smarts tests and essentially try and confuse by bouncing from multiple places around and then end up somewhere. And then we'll use that as this test to try and trick your opponents.
Okay, that was a 10.
Okay. And they will try and roll against you. And he will get a 4. So he is both distracted and vulnerable. So everybody gets a +2 to impact him and a minus. He's at a -2 to do anything for the turn. But yeah, just in the future, that way you can have...
Okay.
Yeah, Savage Worlds is a system that is written around non-combat characters being able to do supporty kind of things in combat by tricking their, tricking their opponents. Like with you, it's the bouncing around. When you were looking for a carpet, like you could have pulled a rug and done something, throwing dust in the face. Like those kind of things are narratively things that are then considered tricks or tests.
Okay. Now, does the teleportation technically count as my movement? Or is it a free action or...
It would be...
Or, like, is it an
probably
actual
your
action?
Yeah, because you have to, like, focus on the power.
Okay.
Because you could have teleported somewhere and then you can move at a walk, at a run, quote unquote.
Okay. And then is it that I can take another action at a disadvantage or like with a penalty?
So the way Savage Worlds works is you lay out your whole turn in the get-go because that assigns your multi-action modifiers.
Okay.
So like because your teleportation didn't have any sort of effect and we're still learning the system, you can do this one at a -2, which would be multi-action because there's no roll on teleportation. But then just as we're moving forward, just at the start of your turn, you go, this is what I want to do. Here's the list of things.
Okay.
And then if at any point in time the chain breaks, then we just stop. Because the chain gets broken. Yeah, so if
Alright.
there's something else you would like to do while you were out here, you can.
No, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. All right. That brings us to the fives. Diamonds comes before clubs. So Jack.
I'm still trying to reboot.
Okay. You
However long it takes.
you go and stick yourself in an you go and stick your pocket knife in an outlet. Cool. All right, let's roll some electrocution damage here, as that's a bad idea, physically speaking. 6 versus your unsupered toughness.
Unsupered toughness is, let's see. Eight.
Okay. So you jolt yourself. You still feel super funky. Your nanites do not seem to respond to you jolting yourself. Margaret.
I am still currently stuck in foam.
Yep.
I would like to get out of the foam.
Okay. You can... Do you have a knife on you?
Oh, yeah, but they're down in my boots, so they're also stuck in the foam.
Okay. You may punch it.
Can I slowly start
You have to essentially break it. The
Okay.
mechanic is you've got to punch it or smash
Okay,
it
she'll
or
start
cut
punching it. She's not very punchy. This is gonna take.
Give me a fighting roll.
I got a 3, so I'm gonna Benny it. 'Cause that's what they're
That
for.
will hit.
Oh, will it?
Yeah,
I
static
have to get a
set
4?
of foam you will hit with a 3, as it is 2 plus its non-existent fighting roll.
Okay, well then I got a 3, and I do not spend a penny.
Roll your damage, please. Which is
Okay.
just strength.
Oh, okay.
You better hope for some serious explosions.
Nope, just a 3.
All right. You punch the foam, and you pull your hand back. And because it's essentially like you just punched concrete.
That seems like what would really happen for Margaret, yes.
That is fair.
Well, Magpie.
Okay, so new round. The way this works, Dendra, because you are on hold, you simply roll into the next round, still on hold. You don't get a new initiative card. You then attempt to interrupt where you would like to go. Jack of clubs. Space Boy. Everybody gets a Benny because this deck is ridiculous. Margaret, 10 of clubs. Never rolled this many ones, and I have never seen 3 jokers in one combat.
I like this deck. Use it from now on and forever.
Probably not.
And until it does us wrong and then burn it.
Audrey
I
gets
think you
the
mean
4 of
this deck is
spades.
incredible.
Oh, man. And then 10 of hearts goes to the bad guys. So, Julie, you get to act whenever you would like to. Everything you do this turn is at a +2. So I'm just going to go down the turn order. You just get to choose when you want to go. You just let me know. In your case, you just interrupt because you have a joker. In Denver's case, you have to roll to interrupt. First one up will be Jack. You still feel really, really funky.
I just collapse on the floor.
Okay. You collapse on the floor.
Hey, those nanites were over keeping my spine in place, so
Yep. You fall on the floor. It's unfortunate. 10 of hearts is the bad guys. One of them is going to so they have heard everything that Audrey says. The one who was shooting at Julie and has now lost Julie is going to continue down the hallway. The other is going to take a few steps back, and they will both go on hold at this point. Margaret.
I'm going to yell at Jack. Pull yourself together, man. Do you have a pocket knife? Come over here and chip me out.
She yells.
I cannot move.
She yells at the cripple guy.
Well, she doesn't know he's crippled. He was
Super-
fine a minute ago.
I know.
Like, she doesn't know what's going on.
Super rude.
She's going to try and punch her way out again.
Okay, you need a 2 on the attack, and you need a 10 on the damage roll.
Actually, can Julie interject there? I'm assuming
Yeah, you can go.
like this is gonna happen after Margaret is like, Jack, do you have a knife?
Mhm.
Because Julie realizes she has a knife.
You're gonna go try and cut her out.
Yes.
Give me a fighting roll. You need to
Oh,
hit
well,
a 2.
that's-
A 2.
While that's happening, can I give Sarah my like
Yeah,
penny?
you
Pull
can
yourself
give-
together is the best thing.
You can give the
So-
game beast a Benny.
It's a
Game
7.
beast.
7 will hit with a raise, so you're gonna do whatever your switchblade's damage is and add an additional d6.
Ooh, exciting. Wow. That's a whopping 7.
Yeah, you kind of poke at the foam. It seems to not care that you're poking it.
You're still making better progress than I was, Julie. Good job.
All right, now you may punch it, Margaret.
Okay, I shall. I dropped both the D4s. I gotta get them.
This is why everyone should have 10 sets of dice, just saying.
Oh, dropping did not help me any.
Or in my
Oh,
case,
wait, you said if
over
I got
80.
a 2, I succeed?
Yeah, you hit with over a 2.
Over a 2, so I don't succeed.
If you rolled a 2, you hit.
Well, you said over a 2.
Target numbers. Your target number is a 2. You hit. Roll damage. You need a 14 to break it.
Okay, so when I roll strength, do I get to roll wild die?
Nope.
No.
Just
Okay, that's
strength.
what I did the first time. I'm just making sure. I rolled a 10.
You shake the foam. You need a 14 to break it.
I'm getting there. Next time it'll be a
You are
14.
getting there. So the people are on hold, and we are going to, for the sake of brevity, declare the combat over, because I can't imagine Denver is going to rush people with guns, and the people with guns do not appear to be approaching further down toward you. So they continue to back up and essentially do room sweeps. And at last announce loudly that there is no girl here and that there is no one else here.
Wait, what?
Yep. That is the announcement that gets made. And then you hear a window crash, and then you hear like this, like, and then zzz, and you are all standing in a room. Margaret is in foam.
Jack is not standing.
No, Jack, you're good now. You literally had 1 round left on your nullification.
Did
Can
they-
I try to punch her out of the phone.
You may definitely do that.
I'm gonna try.
Roll.
Did they just?
Yeah, you're still manacled.
I'm not touching those things again.
You know,
roll your fighting.
I
roll
wouldn't
there,
recommend
Denver.
anyone touch those things.
So are
Audrey
there
just lies back.
still bird pecked guys on the floor, or did they?
No, they're straight up dead.
Serves them right.
They deserve
Audrey
it.
just lies down on the bed again. Just manacled.
I mean, the bed of
gonna help-
roses has now been like crushed beneath, combat feet.
I can use my extra strength to help break the foam, maybe.
Yeah, what did you roll, Denver?
I rolled a 6 to hit. Can I do Benny to reroll damage?
Yeah.
Cool, I'm gonna do that.
You get an additional d6 because that's a hit with a raise.
Oh, yay! This'll make it easier.
You need a 14.
But the
Ooh.
foam is already shaken, right? So
That doesn't have any impact. We've had this conversation.
Yeah, that was useless.
What did you get?
I got like a 9.
All right, you punch
I got
the
a
foam.
3, a 4, and a 2.
All right, you punch the foam. Between the three of you who are capable of actually doing something, after like a 10-minute time period, you manage to extract Margaret from the foam.
Cool.
oh, next time I see a guy with a foam gun, he's going down first.
I'd get the nullifiers. That was quite uncomfortable.
I'm looking for keys. Can I have keys? Anyone? Can you just?
Maybe we should
Check.
search the bodies for, keys.
Yeah.
I bet you there's something to dissolve the foam on their body too.
You do find the foam solvent, yes.
Wow. We're real great at this, guys.
Sorry, not quite up.
Wait, I want
my
some of
peak
that.
efficiency.
It's going in my backpack.
Okay,
I call dibs.
You take the foam solvent, put it on
Can
your
I take the
list.
nullifier gun that's on the ground?
The nullifier
that I did
gun's
not hit?
toast. There was
Hey,
only
I didn't
one.
hit it.
There was only
I
one.
hit it with malfunction,
Yeah.
though.
It's toast.
Can I make a repair roll?
Nope. It's toast. You also find no key.
Can you
I'm
cast
gonna try and
malfunction?
pick the lock. Does it have like normal
Don't
picky
touch
type
it.
locks?
Nope.
Don't touch it. Just
well, you
cast
probably don't wanna
malfunction.
touch
My
it.
lock picking is not because I'm super fabulous. It's just normal fabulousness.
Yeah. But it makes you feel weird. So
All of the
Since-
time, or just when you try to use powers?
Julie, the phone
Huh?
in your purse is ringing.
Of course it is. I just kind of ignore it for a bit, and then I'm like, really, like now,
It just
and
keeps
then
ringing. It's one of those like that this phone's supposed to go to voicemail after like 4 times,
I
and on like
Get
the
out the phone.
15th, 20th ring.
I pull out the phone and answer it with a very angry "What?" I throw the phone.
Okay, the phone shatters against the wall.
That's a recurring theme.
Jack,
Let me
your
guess.
phone rings.
Songbird.
I really need to get a better encryption.
No.
I don't think it would stop it.
Your phone is ringing.
It talks to me on my TV.
I
Just-
removed the battery.
Okay,
Just to clarify, was this the
the phone that
Do I
your
s-
mom gave you.
okay? Because I was trying to figure out, because I know Jack gave Julie a phone. I don't remember what I did
Right,
with that.
you destroyed that one also.
Okay.
It's a recurring theme.
It is a recurring theme with all of you. Margaret, your phone is ringing.
Hello, this is Margaret.
Man, your friends are jerks.
You've caused so many broken phones.
It is not my fault that you choose to destroy phones. It's Audrey's.
I think we've already proven that you can doctor any evidence that you want, though, so...
You might want to look outside at the billboard. But you need to go down like 55 floors first.
You know that's going to take a while because we're not taking the elevator, right?
What if I pinky promise not to break it?
You know, pinky promise is sacred, right?
I do. My brother and I made a lot of them.
You have this one chance to show me you have a tiny shred of honor.
Pinky promises are the most important thing in the world. And
Then-
Langa's dead.
Guys, it says that we should go down. Did it say go down 55 floors or go to floor 55? GM
It said
clarification.
go down 55 floors.
We need to go down 55 floors and look out a window at a billboard. It's
I
going
mean,
to
that's
probably show some of us doing something terrible.
That's not new. Nothing about that is new. The new thing for me is the fact that, I'm currently manacled.
Yeah.
Can I put my battery back in my phone and try to interrupt whatever's or
If it had
pull
a
up
lock,
whatever's on my phone?
I could help
Does
you
it?
out.
Does it have a lock?
There's
I
no
mean-
lock.
After all this, I really should have checked. Can I just slip my hands out of it?
Nope.
Okay, good.
Like as you like put like force on it, they tension tighter around your wrists and they don't loosen again. So now you're feeling your fingers start to go like slightly numb.
Can I like briefly search the riot guy for like not necessarily like an obvious key, but almost like something that might almost resemble it's the only thing I can compare it to, like a hotel like key card thing. Like something
He's got
like
nothing. The only thing on him is like ammo.
Is there any
great.
kind of tool in the apartment somewhere, like a hammer or some pipe or something I can use to try to
This
smash
apartment
the car?
appears to have been heavily grown. It doesn't seem like he does a lot of repairs.
Julie has a crowbar. Would you like that?
As long as I don't have to touch.
Julie produces a crowbar.
I'm gonna
Just all of a sudden
try
like
to
reaches
smash
into her
it.
purse and like pulls out a crowbar and you're like,
Purse
Wait
is
a-
about
Be
yay big.
prepared.
I'm like, put
it's
your
one of those
put
like
the
unfolding ones.
put the shackles like so the middle part is somewhere where I can hit it.
Audrey
On the
turns
edge
around.
of a corner, No, on the like shimmy up to the counter here and put your.
Okay.
Okay, good luck with
Give
that.
me a fighting roll.
While they're doing that, Julie, can
Mhm.
you come open the elevator door for me? I made a pinky promise. I need to go down 55
Here.
floors and look at this billboard.
Can I just take the guy's like? I'm assuming like the riot suit is like a 2-piece.
Oh, Julie's busy. Denver, can you
I'll
come
go.
open the
I'll
elevator
go with
door?
you.
Because
I'll go with you.
I'm gonna be a bird, and birds have a hard time opening elevator doors.
That's fine. I'll open everything for you. I'll even hold the phone.
As
So,
you
as-
try to deal with the riot suit, it is distressingly sutured directly to the body of whoever this person was.
That's freaky.
I used 2 bennies and I got a 10.
You hit the thing and not Audrey. Give me
Right.
strength plus d6 damage. The elevator door opens.
Out of morbid curiosity, can I try and cut the stitching open with the switchblade just to see what's actually going on under there? Because that's weird.
Sure. Yes. You
I'll
start
go
to
down
do that.
55 floors.
I'm glad I'm
Yeah,
not
the
in
two
that
of you
room.
go down 55 floors.
And I'm in bird form in case something happens.
So
I
just
should have
turn
explained.
into a bird.
Yeah, I turned into a bird. It took a couple minutes because she is slow to activate, and it might have looked slightly disturbing, I suppose, as her body morphs into a
Yeah,
different
so
shape.
like
I have
you're
the
like
phone.
you're like pressing the button and you're holding the phone and all of a sudden you turn and like this bird just like flickers up and sits on your shoulder. And you're like, yeah, that's about in keeping with everything else today.
Yeah.
What was your damage roll?
12.
12. You do not manage to break the manacles.
Yeah, I know.
Your knife cannot penetrate this stuff. You rapidly start to see that you are dulling the edge of your knife the more you try to cut into this material.
All right, I stop.
Okay.
Strange question.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Is Audrey hungry?
Yes. And exhausted.
Cool. Great. She starts to panic.
Okay. You are panicking. And meanwhile, as I attempt really hard to get to the cliffhanger reveal for next session as we are over, you open the door, you step out, and there's a large picture window. And there is a massive news feed on the billboard. And the caption reads, and you see it is a picture of City Hall, and you see that the words underneath it say, "Governor dead." And we're going to end on that. Okay. So.
No, we're not ending on that. I'm sorry.
We are. Good try. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for this evening's whatever game this is. Somerset City. That's what we've been playing. My name is Eric Taylor. I have been your GM. It was a little bit different of a session this evening. Hopefully people had fun. We'll find out here in just a second. When they introduce themselves, tell us if they had fun, and plug anything they want to plug. And we're going to start with Blue.
Hi! I am Hidden Blue Pants. You can find me on Twitter and also here. Mostly. I don't have anything to plug. Tonight was interesting. I think that's it.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. That's a plus from last night's game with everybody. Chantel?
Hi, I'm Chantel B. You can find me at Chantel B on Twitter and in lots of different places, you know. Audrey's going crazy, and now Chantel is going crazy. This is great. It's mirroring life and art. You will next find me here on my Tuesday, your Monday for Storyteller Studio. See, if I just go with one, it works.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Sarah. Oh, Chantel, did you have fun?
Yes.
Good.
Yes,
Sarah.
I did.
Hey, I'm Sarah. You can find me ignoring my Twitter at RPGameBeast, and I will be with Chantel on Monday talking about fun stuff. And I totally had a blast. I got to use a lot of Magpie's powers and do bird things. It was awesome.
And you didn't die, which makes it better than yesterday. Space Boy.
Hi, I'm Space Boy. I play Julie. You can find me on Twitter at Spaceboy. I had an absolute blast. It's a new system, and Julie is a complete opposite of what I normally play, so it's going to be fun figuring out how a character like Julie works in combat and trying to use my environment a little more to my advantage.
Yep.
I'll be here next Saturday.
Indeed.
So
You
catch
will.
you then.
As will Blue, for those wondering. Blue's not quitting just because they didn't plug the game. Maybe they are. I don't know. If they are, they haven't told me yet. And Jeff.
I'm Jeff. It was a blast tonight. Yeah. It's not fun collapsing on the floor, helpless. But it is fun playing Jack. So I'm having fun. I have nothing to plug.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Alrighty. And I've been Eric Taylor. Thanks for joining us this evening. Really appreciate everybody who's here. We'll be here Monday night for Storytellers Studio. We're still talking with some people about if we're going to have a guest, and we're still discussing what our topic is. But right now, sounds like our topic's going to be character death. So maybe come check that out. Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, nothing. No, Wednesday lies. Wednesday is a thing. Wednesday's Eternium Gate, our brand new dark fantasy Savage Worlds game. A lot of fun, interesting. I get to figure that out because everybody just keeps doing crazy crap. That's my life. Thursday, Friday, nothing. Saturday, we'll be back here for Somerset City. So thanks so much for joining us. Follow us on Twitter. Go to our YouTube and subscribe. You can find everything there. It's been good to spend the night with you, and thanks for investing stories with us. But for now, for Blue, for Jeff, for Spaceboy, for Chantel, and of course, for the resident game beast, Sarah, I've been Eric Taylor. This is Do Respite. Good night. Good luck. We'll see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.